Hey everybody, Facebook Live. I'm gonna wait for some people to join. Yeah. Well, I figured now would be a good time to tune up. Hello everybody, I'm Gregg Kirk. Thanks for joining me tonight. I've spent the last half an hour trying to figure out how to put a donate button on this thing. And I wasn't successful. It used to be an easy thing. The old Facebook, I don't know, you could set up an event, you can do a live stream, and then it just had this option, click for donate. And no, they don't have that anymore. Anyway, I'm Gregg Kirk. I run the Ticked Off Foundation. I run the Lyme Recovery Clinic. And a former Lyme patient, or a Lyme patient who has gotten into remission. And since I got well in about 2012, I've been helping patients stay on treatment through the Ticked Off Foundation, which hopefully you can find a way to donate to us. The easiest way is to go to tickedoffoundation.org. There's a donate button there, so click on that. I also just randomly started a fundraiser tonight. So if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you probably got a notice for that, hopefully. Please throw a few bucks at that if you can. Tonight I'm going to play live original music that I wrote based on everything that happened to me during my struggles with Lyme disease and then ultimate getting better. So I hope you enjoy it. I've got about an hour's worth of material. It's all original music, all I've written myself. If you want to check that out, you can go to thezenengines.com. That's my music website. So it's thezenengines.com. And I'm going to play 4 songs from the most recent EP I just wrote, which was released last April. So anyway, let me just say a few words about Lyme disease. It is a disease that is the most prevalent infectious disease in the world right now. It is 6 times more prevalent than breast cancer even. It's more prevalent than all the infectious diseases that are out there right now. It's the hidden illness that mimics 300 other diseases, and it can be deadly, despite what people may tell you. I know plenty of people who have died from it, many of them by their own hand. Suicide is a major cause of death for Lyme disease. So the big issue with Lyme patients is they don't get diagnosed properly. The tests are really inaccurate. It's not unusual to hear patients spending decades getting a diagnosis. And then once they get the diagnosis, they think, great, it's Lyme disease. At least it's not cancer. And, the doctors have known about Lyme disease for decades, so certainly there's a straight ahead treatment for it. Well, guess what? There isn't. And everybody is different. Everybody has their own collection of infections that hit them. Everybody has their own genetic peculiarities, and there's no one size fits all. I wrote a blog about that. Lyme disease is a custom illness. There is no one-size-fits-all treatment. So because of that, patients tend to get in this diagnosis-prognosis loop and spend a lot of money and don't get better. A lot of patients go bankrupt over this. People say it's a rich man's disease. I know patients who have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to get better. The best treatments tend to be the ones that are custom to the patient. They tend to be the herbal ones, and they are not covered by insurance. And there you go. So I wrote a book about my experience called The Gratitude Curve. So if you would be so kind, check that out on Amazon.com. The Gratitude Curve by Gregg Kirk. So I'm not going to talk anymore. You've heard enough. You probably heard me say all this stuff before. I'm going to play some songs. Here's the first cut from my second release called Everything. And it is literally about my experience flying down to Brazil and having a miraculous healing at the hands of an energy healer down there and coming back. And, well, that's the name of the song, Come Back. So I ended up going back down there 5 more times. But here's the song called Come Back. I'm so sorry. I just got a message that you guys are not hearing it well. And that's because I forgot to plug something in. So sorry, guys. You think I would have had this down by now? All right, you're gonna hear better audio now. Can some people give me a thumbs up that sounds better? You should be having better audio now. You hear that? Yes. All right, sorry for the false start. Here we go. Come back. Thank you. Sorry for the really rough start. I've done a few of these, and this was easily the least professional. So sorry about that. But we're all good now. The audio's working. Everything's going, and hopefully you enjoyed that. That was the first cut off of my record called Everything. And now I'm going to play the title track, the song called Everything. Instead of suffering in silence, I started suffering out loud. Before it had happened, I started gathering a crowd. The things you want, the things you need, you would give anything, anything to have everything. I like to talk to you in color, tell you skies are blue. If it seems like a riddle, just know that what I say is true. The things you want, the things you need, you would give anything, anything to have everything. The things you want, the things you need, you would give anything, anything to have everything. Thank you. A song called Everything from the Everything record. A song about getting over Lyme disease. The things you want, the things you need, you would give anything to have everything. To have anything. You would give anything to have everything. That's how I felt. Anyway, once again, I just want to remind you why I'm here doing this fundraiser. It is for the TikTok Foundation. The foundation raises funds to help patients stay on treatment, which, as I said earlier, mostly is not covered by insurance. So they need to pay out of pocket. And this is how we help them. We help them with counseling, we help them with treatment guidance, and we help them with the actual funds. So please, Go to ticktofffoundation.org, click the donate button, and give what you can. Also, I created a fundraiser on Facebook if you can see it, hopefully. And anything you can give is even $10, it doesn't matter. Those patients who know me, I'm drinking Sisters tea. Cheers. Here's another song off the Everything record called Lost at Sea. Waiting for something to fall from the sky. Should live your life like a sailor lost at sea. Why even try? Nothing comes something. You know that it's true. You live your life like a sailor lost at sea. What works for you? What are you seeking? And what have you found? Once you've forsaken all that you've taken, you'll be unbound. What are you thinking? If you only knew. Live your life like a sailor lost at sea. Where is your clue? What are you seeking? And what have you found? Once you've forsaken all that you've taken, you'll be unbound. When I see your eyes, I can see the light is gone. When you hear the lies, it only means the path is long. What are you thinking? If you only knew. You live your life like a sailor lost at sea. Where is your clue? What are you seeking? And what have you found? Once you've forsaken all that you've taken, you'll be unbound. What are you seeking? And what have you found? Once you've forsaken all that you've taken, you'll be unbound. You like that song? That's on that Everything record. I like that song too. I wrote it. Can you believe it? I wrote that song. Yeah, I had some help from some outside sources. Channeled music, that's what we're calling this. These songs came in through dreams, through crazy interactions I've had. Yeah, read my book. It's all in there, baby. That's called Lost at Sea. And here's a song called Living Like Water. Please enjoy. Don't say anything. Anything can happen if you allow. Don't force anything. Anything can happen here and now. Before you reverse, consider these words. Something really happens when we're living like water, living like water, oh, living like water, living like water, whoa. I will fly, my shoes are tied, stay around with me. I will fly, my shoes are tied, stay around with me. Don't do anything. Anything can happen while you wait. And the softer thing overcomes the harder thing every time in fate. Before you reverse, consider these words. Something really happens when we're living like water, living like water, oh, living like water, living like water, whoa. I will fly, my shoes are tied, take a ride with me. I will fly, my shoes are tied, take a ride with me. Woo! Thank you. I just need to explain what's going on. Right over here is my computer that has all of my recorded tracks. That I recorded all those songs with drummers and bass players and keyboard players and all that. And I'm plugging my guitar and my vocals straight in, and I'm playing to my own music, baby. It's fun. It sounds great in here. I hope you get like a piece of it, because it sounds like a concert. So I hope you dig it. Now I'm going to play 4 songs in a row from my most recent release called Semi-Precious Tones. So it was just 4 songs that I wrote last year, all related to what we all went through last year. you know, last 2 years really. You know what we went through, speaking of diseases and stuff. And here's some new perspectives that all just came in. Hope you like it. your life doesn't fit you, it's still your life. Nothing ventured on this sunny day, on your way to find some better set of ways. When you see what's free in your life, money lenders lay their money down to lure you in and keep you bound. When their lie doesn't fit you, it's still a lie. Nothing ventured on this sunny day, on your way to find some better set of ways. You see what's free in your life. There I see you lying fast asleep. Should I wake you and let you be? You don't care. Are you alive? Nothing ventured on this sunny day, on your way to find some better set of ways. You see what's free in your life. When you see what's free in your life. Thank you. Thank you, Facebook people. I got hung up last time with how many people were online, so I'm not even looking at it now. But if you want to increase the volume of our broadcast, I think you can share it. I don't know if they still do listening parties anymore, but that's one thing you could do. Just a suggestion. Anyway, hope you like the music. Again, I'm raising funds for the TikTok Foundation for people who are having a hard time with Lyme disease, having a hard time paying for treatment, and I'm trying to help them. All right? Well, I'm not trying. I'm doing it. I'm helping them. Some people are getting into remission. You know, that's something. That's saying something. Not easy to do. So here's the second song. That first song was called "Still Life," off of the Semi-Precious Tones record that I released in April. This is called "Not So Easy Living." So that song had violins on it. So, yeah, obviously no violins here in the building, just on the recorded digital tracks. So again, I'm Gregg Kirk. I run the Ticked Off Foundation. I also run a clinic in Darien, Connecticut called the Lyme Recovery Clinic, and I help patients there. I do energy healing, I do herbal treatments, stuff like that. If you're in Connecticut, please connect with me. Maybe I can help you. But the important thing tonight is the Ticked Off Foundation. The funds that we need go directly to patients. 99% of the funds go right to patients. So we have very little overhead. We are a small crew, and we basically just get money. Well, we do a lot of work in helping with counseling and with treatment guidance and things like that. Getting people qualified for treatment, all that stuff. But yeah, the funds, we've helped over 1,000 patients at this point, and everybody needs at least, we do things called micro grants, $50 a month, $75, $100 a month, just to keep them on treatment. And the patients that we're helping, that some of them are homeless, they're living in their vehicles. It's incredible. So that's the state of healthcare in the United States these days. People run out of money trying to get better. It's a shame. It's a travesty. That's why we started. We're filling the gap in this gaping hole in healthcare. So please, we need your help. This is for real. I'm serious now. I'm laughing. I don't know why. This is serious business. We need your help. So please donate. Go to tickedofffoundation.org. Click the donate button. If you see any kind of donate links on this, which I doubt, click it. But on Facebook, I just started a fundraiser for the Ticked Off Foundation. So I'm going to play two songs that are totally out of character for me. One of them, this next one has an accordion on it, so hopefully you can bear with it, or hopefully you love it. Hopefully you love the new direction, like they say in Spinal Tap. This is our new direction. Hope you enjoy it. Walk away. You surmise that something's wrong, and my mind has gone astray. Something's gotta give. There's something in your eyes, something I can see from far away. I don't wanna say something's passed away. Nothing's ever meant to stay the same. You once told me if I fell When you're too afraid to die, it makes it hard for you to live. If you've got too much to lose, there's no room for you to give. Something's gotta give. There's something in your eyes, something I can see from far away. One thing that I learned, something's gotta burn. Nothing's ever meant to stay the same. How do you like me now? Did you know the guy playing accordion on that song plays the organ at the Atlanta Braves baseball games? Yes, that's true. We have Billy Gowan on keyboards and bass, and Dave Anthony on drums. Dave's a good friend of mine from way back, Delaware days. Got one more song from this Semi-Precious Tones release, and this is called Where Are the People? So anyway, that last one I just want to say is, you could probably hear the lyrics because there wasn't blazing guitars. You know, it's about what I went through. I almost died, and I came back, and when I told people that, you know, what I went through, they thought I was crazy. That was fun. Obviously I'm not, right? Obviously. But, you know, I'm here to tell people about what I went through. Read my book and everything, man. It was a wild ride, and I'm better. I'm better than I was before, like the $6 million man. Better. Seriously. And it didn't quite cost $6 million to get me better, but it got close. Anyway, this song is called Where Are the People? And this, just listen to this, the lyrics to this. Where, you know, you when you get really sick, you find out who your friends are and who aren't, and who your family members are for real and not. And sometimes it's not blood relations, you know what I mean? So check this out. Thank you. I have to say, it's really cool. From my end, I can't really see what's going on. I just see my reflection back. I see some comments I can't read from that distance. But what I do see is all the love you're giving me, and it's like choking me up. It's seriously cool. It's like better than any applause. All these popping hearts, like, right? I can tell the parts of the songs that you like. It's so cool. Thank you. It means a lot. I really appreciate it. So keep showing your love. I love it. Thank you. You're doing it now. God bless you all. Love you all, man. So I got 3 more tunes. This song started coming into my head. My family, we were going on vacation to Portland, Rhode Island. Providence, Rhode Island. And this song came into my head and we had the radio on and I turned it off, and Tracy, my wife, was like, "Why are you turning the radio off?" Because I got this song, I don't want to forget it. She's like, "It better be a good one." Well, it came actually from a phrase that she always used to say, "Increase the peace." So this song is called "Increase the Peace," and it's got a ripping guitar solo. So these next 3 songs are all up tempo. I hope you dig some rock. Now, how about that for an anticlimactic beginning? But here it is. Increase the peace. Dave Anthony on drums. Thank you. Increase the Peace. Written in Rhode Island on I-95. Oh, I got two more tunes. And here's another beast. It's called Forgive and Forget. Thank you. So judging by the love sprinkles, you like the verse, you really like the guitar solo, not so much the chorus. I see you. That's cool. That's Forgive and Forget It. That was Billy Gowan on the keyboards, Dave Anthony on drums, Billy Gowan on the bass too. So here's the last song, and I'm going to get all weird and metaphysical with you, but a few years ago, 5 years ago or more, David Bowie died. I was not like a huge fan of his, but the day he died, I started having dreams about him, and which was weird because why would I dream about David Bowie? But I dreamt about him for 7 nights in a row, and it was like I would wake up in the morning with a new song in my head, and songs that I forgot about, like Moon Age Daydream and songs like that, Starman. But anyway, then on the 7th day, I heard another song in my head. I was always making coffee. I'm like, what song is this? And I grabbed my guitar, and I realized it wasn't a song that he had written, but it felt like him, telling me. I don't know, whatever. I heard his voice singing it. So this is the song, and by the way, the song is about the next chapter in the Major Tom saga. As you know, Major Tom goes up into space, he's a junkie, he doesn't come back. Well, this is the rest of the tale. So this is called Astronaut. I hope you dig it.
Subtle secret, I hope that you can keep it. Speaking when you're dreaming, if you embrace the meaning, wasn't my decision to come here on a mission, recover from the wreckage, to bring you all the message. Interstellar DJ who came in on the short wave to interrupt this
Thank you. Lots of love on that tune. Thank you so much. That's on my last record called Break Open. It's called Astronaut. There's a video on YouTube. It's really well done by oh God, now I can't remember his name. Oh, I'm gonna kick myself tomorrow. I'll put his name in the comments. Anyway, you'll see he's credited on the video. Go to youtube.com, look up Astronaut, the Zen Engines. It's a really great video about, and it's got NASA footage in it and everything. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Hope you enjoy it. By the way, thank you everybody for showing up tonight. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your donations. Keep them coming. Keep donating. We really need support from you, financial support, to keep these patients going. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the love. God bless you all. I love you all. I love you all. As Ozzy says, I love you all. Thank you.